Narcolepsy, it's a chronic sleep disorder, and shockingly, it probably affects more than 200,000 Americans. Now that means it's as widespread as Parkinson's disease or multiple sclerosis, and even more prevalent than cystic fibrosis. However, only a fourth of the people affected get diagnosed and then get relief through proper treatment.
I always tried to deny that I had it because I didn't want to have it, because I didn't want to have that difficultness.
Cheryl Castle is 19 years old, and yet she's been dealing with narcolepsy for about a decade.
Narcolepsy is a condition which starts very early. In Cheryl's case, I think I'm treating her since age 7 or 8.
The simple sign of narcolepsy is when someone becomes drowsy or even falls asleep at inappropriate times or places.
Narcolepsy is where you are always tired. You have excessive daytime sleepiness where no matter how much sleep you get, you always want more. And that's how I explain it to people. Narcolepsy is where even though I get 8 hours of sleep, I still want more.
Cheryl's symptoms appeared in grade school, and when she's not diligent about her medication,
I can't fight it. There's no way that I'd be able to make it. If I wasn't medicated, I would just fall asleep right there.
she can still present the symptoms. Now, what she doesn't do is mimic the symptoms on demand or as a joke.
I've actually had people come up to me and go, "You have narcolepsy, can you just run down the hall and fall asleep for me?" And I'm like, no, not happening.
Dr. Samater says Cheryl's diagnosis kept her from experiencing what many children can, a misdiagnosis that leads to the wrong treatment altogether.
When the kids are sleepy, they become hyperactive. So they don't complain that they are sleepy, they become hyper. So they often are diagnosed with ADHD or ADD, and they are put on medication where the problem is something else.
Dad, you and Pontiacs, come here. Yep, there you go.
Cheryl's narcolepsy also includes a symptom called cataplexy.
It's a very good indicator about how angry I'm getting, because the madder I get, the more I start shaking.
Someone remains awake the whole time, but it seems like certain parts of the body fall asleep. It's loss of muscle control, triggered by a change in emotional state.
I knew something was different whenever I would get an emotional change. My knees would give out on me, and I never knew why. I thought it was just that I had bad knees. And I would always have random, my words would slur, I'd lose, random parts of my body would start shaking, and I'd lose muscle control. But I've had it where my legs have started bouncing violently, and I can't stop them. And both legs have done it. I've had it where my arms have done the same thing, and it's just something I'm learning to live with.
Now, Cheryl says laughter will trigger her condition, but she keeps a good sense of humor anyway as she deals with narcolepsy, determined not to let it keep her down.
I've learned to live with it now, and it's just part of who I am. I can't fight it, and it makes me unique.
Narcolepsy does tend to run in families, and it can occur in both men and women at any age. Symptoms, however, are usually first noticed in teens and young adults.